It is not the end of the television show, though, Liam.
Do you remember me?
As we end the show with a Chris Jericho jump scare as the Fozzy song Enemy hypes the pay-per-view with a bunch of pay-per-view matches being run down.
Do you know what my favorite part of that song is?
What?
That in the music video, there's a guy that looks like a really hot version of Tony Khan.
Okay, I did not notice this.
If you check the notes.
I like that. Oh my god, it is Tony Khan.
It's like a really hot Tony Khan.
Maybe it is, but like, who's to say Tony wasn't a much more well, not that he is not a handsome man, but
he's just a jacked man.
Yeah, maybe this was
He's
Tony
like
back
if
in 2006.
Superman was Tony Khan.
Yeah. Damn, Jericho going to AEW was like destined.
I know, right?
But yeah, this is Chris Jericho's only appearance on TNA Impact.
For now.
That is true. He could technically have one further down the line from now.
We're leaking it right here.
Chris Jericho is going to debut on TNA in 2027.
It is a contract year for Chris Jericho.
Yeah, the actually Enemy as a song worked really well for the Rhino Christian feud.
I like Enemy.
It's not the worst Chris Jericho song.
No. There's some like Fozzy is just straight up like butt rock. But like some of it's some good butt rock.
Judas is a good song.
I like Live Wire.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could name the Jericho songs that aren't related to wrestling?
I can name Live Wire.
You're a big Jericho fan. I think that's real Fozzy fandom.
Yeah, I'm a Foz head.
Sure. Famously. Dave Sahadi and Kevin Sullivan helped produce this video, by the way, along with the music video. Dave was actually like, I've seen that music video before, not realizing they would splice in TNA highlights because of fucking course they would. He thought they were just going to close the show with the Chris Jericho Fozzy music video.
I wonder how many people like watch this and are like, fucking Jericho's jumping.
Especially because like you have Angle's debut with a big moment, and then the next thing you see is Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy.
I was listening to Enemy in the background while you were describing the Angle Joe segment, and it was perfect.
Okay. You just happened to listen to
cinema.
that multiple times.
They're just like, why just then?
No, I just assume you have Chris Jericho's Enemy on all time at all times.
It's
Just-
constantly playing in my brain, to be fair.
Do you remember me?
Isn't the plot of that like music video that like there's a guy trying to kill himself?
Is
Like
it?
that jacked Tony Khan is trying to like climb to the top of a building to jump off?
And then he finds Chris Jericho and Fozzy there and realizes life is worth living.
Yeah, I think so. Let me find out.
It is such a funny back-to-back segments of like you get that Angle Joe segment and then you get the Jericho Fozzy video. It's like, what the hell's going on this show all of a
He
sudden?
climbs up and sees a woman making out with someone, presumably his enemy. And then then he climbs on top of the roof and jumps off. Fucking kills himself.
So yeah, the Fozzy song did not cause him to save his life.
I mean, in my lowest moments, would Fozzy save me?
Or make you more likely to jump.
Yeah.
Bound for Glory, October 22nd, 2006.
Anime.
From the CompuWare Sports Arena in front of 3,400 people, Dave has it as. There's some reports that it might be closer to, like, TNA were claiming between 4,500, but that might be with comps or just a made-up number. Who knows?
You can never quite tell.
The show is also sponsored by Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Fucking awesome.
How did you feel? This is TNA's first arena show since 2002, since like the very early Nashville days. It's the first time they've run an arena since like July 2002.
I like that it's in a different building. I wish like all the pay-per-views were in different buildings. But I kind of hate this one.
You don't like the CompuWare Sports Arena?
I kind of think it looks small and shitty.
It does look like an airline hangar.
And it just like this should be hosting a rave, you know, not a fucking TNA pay-per-view.
It is a hockey arena.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one.
How did you feel about like the general setup? Because obviously this is.
I did like the aesthetic and like the industrial feel of it all. I thought that was good, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the actual building. I don't like that the roof is so low and you can see all like the stuff in the top of the building.
The like scaffolding and support bars and that kind of stuff.
By the way, Enemy, the music video,
Yeah.
800,000 views.
Not great.
Fozzy, Judas, you gonna have a guess on how many views?
I would say 25 million.
70 million.
Oh, that's even much better than I even expected. And I thought I was giving a high estimate there.
Yeah.
Needed Enemy on TNA television more. That would have solved your problem.
He did Judas.